Welcome, rational thinkers and champions of evidence-based reasoning, to the Free of Faith podcast. This is the place where we dare to peel back the comforting but opaque layers of faith-based claims and expose their logical shortcomings. Today, we're diving into a compelling question: is there actual evidence of a Holy Spirit supernaturally influencing Christian lives? Imagine a person named Tom, who claims a powerful genie lives within him, guiding his actions and granting him knowledge beyond natural limits. When asked for evidence, Tom points to his improved behavior, attributing it to this genie rather than to psychological factors. Yet people without a genie achieve similar changes, and Tom cannot demonstrate any knowledge or ability that exceeds natural human limits. We would wisely question Tom's claim without concrete evidence. So, why should we accept similar assertions about the Holy Spirit? If a supernatural spirit with divine capabilities were guiding Christians, wouldn't we observe clear and measurable effects on their wisdom, righteousness, happiness, and ability to perform miracles? Let's explore these areas where such evidence would be expected. Christians often believe that the Spirit of an all-knowing God grants them wisdom beyond natural human capacity. This divine wisdom would presumably lead to greater doctrinal unity, resilience against misinformation, and sound decision-making. How might we test this claim? One way would be to assess doctrinal consistency. We could analyze theological stances across denominations to determine if believers indwelt by the Spirit demonstrate greater doctrinal agreement than a random selection of individuals. If the Holy Spirit were guiding believers, we might expect significantly more unity in interpretation among Spirit-led groups than among those without an alleged indwelling Spirit of God. Another way would be to assess decision-making success. We could conduct comparative studies assessing risk-taking, gullibility, and success rates in financial or personal decisions between alleged Spirit-led Christians and non-believers. Metrics such as mortgage defaults, bankruptcies, divorces, and startup successes could be examined. If the Spirit grants wisdom, Spirit-led individuals should consistently make better choices in these areas than the general population. However, current studies show no significant difference in these areas between Christians and non-Christians. Additionally, if the Holy Spirit encourages holiness, Christians would theoretically exhibit significantly higher pro-social conduct. This would manifest in consistently lower rates of criminal activity, substance abuse, and divorce compared to other groups. Here is how we might test this claim. We could conduct comparative studies on crime, substance abuse, and divorce rates across Christian and non-Christian populations. If the Holy Spirit were promoting righteousness, we would expect substantially lower rates of these vices in allegedly Spirit-led populations. We could also conduct controlled studies on charitable giving, honesty, and community service to compare behaviors. If the Holy Spirit leads Christians toward greater ethical behavior, Christians should consistently score higher in direct altruism and ethical consistency than individuals found in Mormon, Muslim, and Japanese communities. Do Christian populations significantly differ from other groups in these areas? For instance, would a random group of 1,000 Christians have higher criminality than a random group of 1,000 non-Christian Japanese? This would make for a good study that could either confirm or disconfirm the claim. The current substantial difference in crime rates between Japan and the far more Christian United States challenges the claim of a sanctifying Holy Spirit. Many Christians claim to experience a unique joy, often referred to as the joy of the Lord, that is attributed to the Holy Spirit. This joy is said to surpass the happiness or fulfillment that others experience. How might we test this claim? One way is to evaluate mental health indicators, including resilience to stress and emotional regulation, in Spirit-led Christians versus other populations. Another way would be to assess self-reported measures of life satisfaction and happiness between Christians and non-believers. If the Holy Spirit imparts a unique joy, Christians should consistently report higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. However, studies often show that factors such as socioeconomic status, community support, and cultural influences play more significant roles in determining happiness than religious devotion alone. One of the boldest claims about the Holy Spirit is that it grants believers the ability to perform miracles. If true, these supernatural interventions should be measurable and indisputable. Here are a couple of types of miracles we can test. Faith healing. Controlled scientific studies have been conducted on faith healing, particularly in cases of severe illnesses. Double-blind studies, testing whether prayer improves patient outcomes, have found no statistically significant effect. Regrowing limbs and raising the dead. Despite claims of miraculous healings, no verified cases exist of someone regrowing a lost limb or being raised from the dead under controlled conditions. If the Holy Spirit empowered believers with supernatural healing, we should see these occurrences well documented in medical literature. If miraculous abilities were granted by the Holy Spirit, we should see a clear and reproducible pattern of supernatural occurrences among believers. Instead, miracles remain anecdotal, unverifiable, and indistinguishable from random chance. In conclusion, if a Holy Spirit were supernaturally influencing Christian lives, we would expect to see clear, measurable differences in wisdom, righteousness, happiness, and the ability to perform miracles between Christians and non-believers. The absence of such evidence challenges the claim of a divine influence guiding believers. If this conversation has sparked some questions or even some discomfort, that's a good thing. Questioning is the first step toward clarity. Don't settle for easy answers or platitudes. Dive deeper, explore further, and demand evidence. Head over to Free of Faith to read the full article and join the discussion. Let's keep this conversation going, because the pursuit of truth doesn't stop at questioning. It's about finding answers that actually make sense. Thank you for tuning in to the Free of Faith podcast, where we expose the logical failings of faith and celebrate the clarity that comes with reason. Until next time, stay skeptical, stay curious, and remember, rationality always outperforms faith. Engage reality, and I'll see you soon.